guys, welcome back to my channel. Welcome back to this video. This is the part 2 of my breastfeeding, breast pumping, breast formula feeding, whatever. Food, baby food in general. So let me just get right into it. So like I was saying in the previous part was that, yeah, like it don't make any sense. I produce so much milk that I don't want to spend money on something that I produce myself. So that's why I'm just like, I can't. And so I decided to pump. So let me just pump. So I went home. They gave me a hand pump at the hospital. I was pumping that shit like crazy. I was like, I got like 4 ounces at the hospital. They're like, that's unheard of. I don't think that's gonna last. And I'm just like, bitch, watch it last, because I'm gonna pump this shit until I can't pump no more. And anyway, so I got home from the hospital. I used my actual pump, which was a lot better than the hand pump. I haven't been using the hand pump. I really don't like it. It hurt a little bit at first, and it was just a little annoying at first, but I got used to it. My boobs got used to it now. Now it's just like annoying. I just have to sit there and squeeze my boobs and milk comes out. I can hand express like crazy, like just squeeze it and it's just like, it just shoots out. But no one got time for doing that, to be doing that. But anyway, I started pumping. And I started looking at exclusively pumping. And my mom was like, you know what? Do what's best for you. My sister just had a baby and she exclusively, she didn't pump until she had to go back to work. But she put her daughter on the boob. And so when I was talking to her before, when I was pregnant, I said I wanted to exclusively pump. She kind of was a little negative to me. She was a little bit like, you know, how you're going to lose your milk supply. You can't produce as much milk as you would if you were putting the baby on the boob. You know, things like that. You're going to have to wake up. You think you're going to have sleep at night when John, like my husband, is feeding the baby. No, you're going to have to pump every 2 hours. All this stuff she was telling me. It was kind of a little discouraging. I was like, oh, I didn't expect that to be how it would be if I was exclusively pumping. And so I went, and now I'm home with a baby and with my pump, and I'm exclusively pumping. And my mom was like, yeah, you know, do what's best for you. Don't, you know, whatever worked for my sister is not going to work for, you know, might not work for you, might not work for, you know, the next person. So do what's best for you and everything like that. When I was in the hospital, I brought a pacifier. I wanted to see if my baby would take a pacifier right away. Best decision of my life. It is definitely a mute button. He will spit it out when he wants food. But when he wants to soothe himself, he will keep it in. It's also really good when we were taking a picture photos of him and stuff and he was a little hungry. It's really good in that way. Everyone that kept passing was like, oh, we don't want to introduce the pacifier until like a month or whatever. I'm just like, yeah, okay. And I just shoved that thing right back in his mouth. Even my doctor was like, oh, are you breastfeeding? I'm like, yeah. He's like, oh, well, then don't show him that, because then he's not going to want to take the breast, and yada, 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 blah, blah, blah. Nipple confusion, all of that shit. Honestly, it's up to you. If you feel like you need that break, you need to really mute your child. Like, not necessarily like I need to mute my child, but my child needed that soother, that needed that calmness, that's something that he needed to suck, really, just to do that. If you need that, introduce the pacifier. You can definitely, there's a lot of babies out there that were not nipple confused. I mean, my mom, I have pictures of me 1 day old with the fucking soother right in my mouth, you know, like, the pacifier was right there. I didn't want it, but the pacifier was there. So, definitely you pick. If you're the mom, no matter how much information, oh, I thought it was my son, but it's my husband. But yes, no matter what, you are going to do what you do is best. That's your son or that's your child. That you popped it out of your vagina or took it out of your vagina. You grew it for 9 months, whatever. However the case may be of how you're being a mom, you are the mom. And so if you want to give the pacifier on day one, you give the damn pacifier on day one. Because that's what I did. I didn't care. I heard about nipple confusion. That's nice. I think that's a myth. Whatever. Never, you know, like, I don't think my baby would be nipple confused. And he wasn't. He knew that was the pacifier, and then he knew that this was the nipple. It was two different things. He was not confused at all, and he knew one had food and one did not have food. So when he was sucking on the pacifier, he would spit it out when he wanted food. Say, no, chill, I want food. That's what he would do. But yeah, so yeah, so that's what I did. And then anyway, I came home, right, and I pumped and pumped and pumped and pumped and pumped. And I tried to keep on my boob supply. Like, I'm like, oh my God, I can't. You know, they say this is crucial. I gotta really pump, pump, pump. And I was doing research, like how many times people pump. And they're like, oh, I pump every 2 hours. I make up a schedule, blah, 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 yada, yada, yada. All of this extra shit. I'm just like, oh, I'm gonna have to wake up every 2 hours to do this, Jody. My sister was probably right. And I'm just like, I can't. But that didn't turn out for me because I have bigger breasts. And my theory is that my bigger breast can hold more volumes of milk than smaller breast women. And so I don't have to pump as often because my boobs fill up to hold, like, maybe say like they hold 20 ounces, right? And a regular sized person might fill up to 10 ounces. And a smaller sized person might fill up to 5 ounces. So, like, they'd have to pump more often because they don't have enough space to hold it. And so that's why they would lose their milk supply if they don't pump as often. But that's what I think it's going for me, and I think that's what it is. I think. Again, I'm not a doctor. I cannot tell you. But yeah. So I don't pump every 2 hours. I actually pump maybe twice for the day. I pump twice for the day. Yes, I do. And it's been less than 2 weeks, and I already have milk, so much milk, that I'm already putting them in the freezer. So, yeah, that's my experience with pumping and exclusively pumping, is that I pump twice a day. I do not pump at night at all. So I might pump 2 to 3 times for the day just to make sure that at night I don't, like, overleak. Like today, I was leaking so bad because I pumped last night at 8 o'clock instead of, like, more towards 12 o'clock. And so 8 o'clock I pumped, and so it was from 8 to 9. And so my boobs were leaking everywhere. It was, like, so much. But if I pump around 12 o'clock, from 12 to 9, it's a better stretch, and so I don't have to really pump that early if I don't want to. Because then I can stretch it from like 10 o'clock, I pump, and then I pump, and I pump, and I pump, and I pump all my breast milk out, and then I pump again around maybe 3, 4 o'clock, and then I pump one more time at like 12 o'clock. And so it's like 3 times I pump, maybe twice, because I've been missing the 3 o'clock one, because I've been missing the 9 o'clock one, I should say, because I'll start pumping maybe like 12, and then I won't pump again until maybe 8 o'clock, and then that's what's kind of making me have 2 sessions, because I like want to sleep. But yeah, that's pretty much it with my pumping experience so far. I mean, my baby loves his milk, and so we decided to, you know, we're giving him 2.5 ounces every 2 to 3 hours. And yeah, we are storing milk, so, you know, just in case he wants to go up a little more or anything like that. I'm thinking of bringing him to 3 ounces, but sometimes it takes a really long time to finish those 2 ounces, 2.5 ounces, so we think that we're going to stick with that. But definitely, exclusively pumping is really working for us, and definitely that's an option for you guys if you want to exclusively pump and you don't want your baby on your boobs at all. Exclusively pump, I think that's a really good thing to do. And oh my god, my nose is so itchy, guys, sorry. But yeah, I think it's fine that you can exclusively pump and everything's gonna be fine. Your baby's gonna be fed and you're gonna be happy and everyone's gonna be happy. A happy mom is a happy world, you know? So yeah, that's pretty much it about my exclusively pumping video. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please like, comment, and subscribe. Hit the notification bell button down below. And yeah, I'll see you guys in the next one. Oh my gosh, I'm a mommy and I'm making mommy videos. I hope you guys really enjoyed this video. But I gotta go see my baby because I miss him. I've been sitting here making videos. But yeah, so peace, guys.